superhero. It's time for Superhero Sunday, and happy Father's Day to everyone celebrating. So, if you're new to one of my Sunday talks, I talk about getting rid of all that head trash, the worries, the fears, all that nonsense. So, no time to announce today. I thought I'd just come a little early today. And today I want to talk about, Father's Day and family relationships. And then we'll do a meditation on perhaps improving those relationships. So this is going out live unannounced, but we'll see who jumps in today. That's fine. So I just want to talk about Father's Day and these family relationships. Though, my father has been gone now for 6 years, and he was sick for a very long time. And of course, it causes grief when they do depart. But we have to realize that we're all perfect spirit, and that spirit always continues onward. So we're all going to depart sometime. And I think that's what we want to talk about today, that we're all going to depart at some point. We don't know when, but you can look around. Everyone that you can see today will not be here in 100 years. I know it's sad to recognize that all your loved ones, all your friends, maybe even this building won't be here in 100 years, because everything is changing, because life is very fluid. It's not static. It's not stuck. Hey, Sandy, I'm not doing readings right now. I'm just talking about my Superhero Sunday. Now I'm just going live today talking about family relationships. I have time later. After this, I'll do readings at the end of the show. But today I want to talk about family relationships and how we get, hung up, not appreciating our loved ones, that we're holding on to the head trash that's creating division, separation. And I think Eckhart Tolle described it the best. If you think you're enlightened, go hang out with your parents. And your parents are they're going to push your buttons. And those buttons are the head trash. And we're here to love, support, uplift one another. But we get so caught up in this noise that we forget, that they too are a perfect spirit doing their best. But we get hung up on all these stories, all these ways of being that doesn't support us. So we want to let go of any anger, frustration, and realize that we're here to uplift and support each other, not hang on to opinions which only exist up in here. So today I really don't feel like talking a whole lot today. I always talk about, we were here for the experience, not to intellectualize. So if we're dealing with fractured relationships, then we probably need to do, a process, an inner process to clear that up, that division. Yes, life is too short. We really do need to appreciate each other, but we don't do that. We take each other for granted. We forget, we're here one day and gone the next. I woke up, and we all had these traumatic experiences. Someone we love, someone that was close to us, suddenly isn't here the next day for whatever reason. An illness, a heart attack when they're sleeping, murder, crime, we don't know. So it's about loving one another, not getting hung up on these stories, these ways our mind keeps us trapped. So that's one beautiful thing too. Once you get rid of the head trash, then perhaps you can also talk to your loved ones, because we're all connected to all that is. The only thing blocking that connection is the separation caused by the head trash. So let's do a little mini meditation today. Then if there are people who are here, then we can do a couple of readings today, answer some questions. But I always like to talk for a few minutes, then just lead a process on mending broken relationships. So I'm going to put on some louder background. Yeah, that's tough when you lose both parents, but you can still talk to your parents, and maybe we'll dive into that as well. That'd be a nice intention, to have that connection with our family. So we're just sitting here relaxing, nothing to do, nothing to accomplish. Just allowing that mind to settle in. So we just see this golden energy just coming down from the skies, from the heavens. Consciousness is swirling around us, reminding us of our true nature as we keep getting deeper and deeper into our essence as perfect spirit. So we keep allowing the mind to settle in. If the mind gets busy, we don't need to pay attention to it. Come back to this voice. Come back to feeling your feet on the ground. The more you're present, the less the mind holds power over you. And instead, you can use the mind as a tool. So just about getting present into this moment. This is the first step. Just fully being here. So we're allowing this energy that's coming around us, swirling, to pull out any of these stories of anger, of frustration, of regret that we have toward our father, our mother, our loved ones, or maybe even our friends and maybe distant cousins as well. That spirit just loves all, judges none. But notice how the mind likes to judge everything, label everything. We're letting all this go. We just keep feeling the peace that it's always here in this moment. Just keep feeling this peace. This is the real you. The more you're present, the more you can feel yourself, your true self, where the mind's not dragging you all over the place into all these stories. No one's pushing your buttons when you're in the present moment. You're not being held hostage by your thoughts, your opinions, your beliefs. You're just here knowing all is well from the viewpoint of spirit. As we keep falling deeper and deeper into this peace, we're setting the intention for our loved ones, our departed loved ones, to come forward. Because your departed loved ones are always nearby. You may be in the living room, they're in the kitchen. You may be in the laundry room, they may be in the bedroom, but they're always nearby, keeping an eye on things, perhaps orchestrating things on the other side for your benefit, maybe for that new job, the new promotion, and they're moving things along. Or maybe you need some healing with an illness, a disease. So they have access to all these resources on the other side, just as you have access to these resources as well. But we don't take the time to nurture our connection to our true self, where all things are possible. We allow the mind to keep us in division, but today we are setting this intention for our loved ones to come forward. So now you feel your loved ones coming around you, giving you this group hug. Feel their loving presence around you. Even if you were estranged from your parents, or maybe you never knew your actual parents because you were adopted or raised by a grandparent, but now they're on the other side, and they no longer are trapped or confined to that mental noise of division, of separation. They're just here to love you unconditionally. And they just want you to forgive them. They did not know what they were doing. They completely lived as their mind, their stories, almost like they were possessed by their mind and all these mental stories. But now they are free, just as you were free in this moment. When you're fully here, you are free. So your loved ones are coming forward now, giving you this group hug. You can speak to them, not through words through the mouth, but just thinking of them, talking to them through your thoughts. And you might not get answers right away, because mine's still creating a little interference. But maybe just before bed, or maybe a dream tonight, you will get the message that they are okay, that they hold no regrets, no anger being held on to you, no frustrations, just loving you unconditionally. They were only repeating back what they were taught. They did not know themselves as perfect spirit. They just want to know how loved you are. This deep, unconditional love. They don't blame you for anything. There's no regrets, no shame. Just feeling this unconditional love just resonating over you. You continue to have that talk. You can always go into this space and set the intention to ask for guidance, ask for help, to speak to them, even though their physical body is not here. They hear your words, they are listening. They're always nearby. They're always making themselves available to you, but you haven't been asking for their guidance. Perhaps they've been giving you signs, symbols that you haven't noticed because you're just too busy chasing the mental to-do list. So you can always come back to this meditation to anchor yourself back into peace, back into love, your true essence, your true way of being. And perhaps you're getting a sign, a symbol that your loved one is with you in a way that doesn't make sense. Perhaps if they died with a lung, maybe lung ailment, maybe you're feeling some tightness in your lungs, inability to breathe. It's just an indication from your loved ones that they're here. Or maybe they died from a heart attack, so you're feeling a little pain in the heart. They're just giving you little signs, symbols of their presence, almost like a confirmation. Father, if you're here, give me a sign on how you departed. But just realize they are fine. They hold no regrets. They're just helping you now. Even if you never met them, you're spiritually intertwined. They are your soul family. So just a place of unconditional love. And we're just coming back into this moment, realizing that all is well. that we're letting go of any stories of any regret, any shame. And just know that we are loved unconditionally. And I want to see what your message is for everyone here. Let's see if there's a message here for everyone. Okay, let's do that. Oh, there's a great message. The ancestor, let me bend down the sound a little bit, the ambient noise in the background. Let me turn it down some. Okay. So the first card is the ancestor of illusion, the message from the family, the protection, along with the shaman of the stars. Great message, great confirmation that if they have departed, they're in the stars, they're in consciousness, and they're just reminding you that you were connected to all that is. And if you look at this painting, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a father figure, a mother figure there. On the right and left side, there's these two kids looking up at that figure. Just reminding you that, you know, that we're all interconnected, that we're all children of the universe, and your loved ones are still there. And then the illusion card is reminding you not getting trapped into these stories, that we just need to let them go. And the protection card, it's just reminding you that it's always safe to follow your own wisdom, your own guidance, your own insights. Follow them, trust those. We get into trouble when we follow the illusions, the stories, the mind trying to figure things out. But this is the place of knowing, this deeper place. And when we act from a place of knowing, then we're always protected. Hi, Tana. Hi, Sandy. Hey, Debbie. I love that my father has any regrets. On the other side, well, they don't have any regrets towards you. Only thing I'm getting, but this could be for my mother as well, because I feel her here, is that this is for my mother, but I think it also applies to your father, the message that I'm getting. Just to have loved more, to have taken the time to disconnect, to not be so attached to the stories, chasing my busyness up here. Just wish I would have allowed this to go, to just share love. And I think that was from your father. I felt a different energy there, that there's really no regrets. The only thing I'm feeling was just too busy, just busy, busy, busy. Wish he had time to disconnect and just be there with his undivided attention, because he can see he's on the other side, that none of this busyness matters. It's about loving one another, uplifting, supporting one another, making time for another, uplifting another, not belittling. So I see a Facebook user, I guess it's in a Head Trash Anonymous group, because I just, so every Sunday I go live. On a Monday night, I am doing soul messages with Lori. We'll do more messages there. And then Wednesday, I'm doing a healing circle, all by donation. I do that through Zoom. So you will need to RSVP for that event, so you get the Zoom link. I usually don't like to do healing circles on Facebook Live without Zoom, because the energy gets really strong and it just disconnects. Yeah, Debbie, I definitely felt a different shift with that. He definitely, I felt my mom being in a place of unconditional love, but then I felt someone come through and say, too distracted, too busy, didn't take a time out. Yeah, that's the word he's giving me. I didn't take a time out. All right, so let's see. So I go live every Sunday, usually around noon. Today came a little earlier because I just have a little busy this afternoon. And I'll be live tomorrow night and Wednesday. So in the Head Trash Anonymous group, you can see the healing circle that's coming up. I'll probably post something else about that, or on the Head Trash Anonymous page. So I see there's 6 people watching here. If you have a question, anything I can answer for you. I do have the Shaman's deck, but it's the only deck I have in front of me. So I'll probably be here for another 5 minutes, 10 minutes, because I do need to get going around noon. So yeah, the Healing Circle I do Wednesday is really magical. It's completely by donation. It's completely channeled. I just get out of the way and allow the spiritual team to come through, the spiritual doctors. So 6 people here. Let me know if you have any questions, anything we can talk about. Yeah, I know I feel my mom here. She's pretty strong. My father's around too. Like all of our loved ones are here. Actually, who are really feeling really strong is my cousin Bobby. He's really strong. Yeah, that's great, Tanya. Yeah, that your loved ones are always here. I'm here in the living room. My mom's, in the kitchen cooking or baking. Who knows? Whatever made them comfortable. Like my happy place was the kitchen. Usually like to hang out in the happy place. From what I'm seeing. So if I had a place with a garage, my father would be there hanging out in the garage, doing his projects. Just from saying that your parents. Let me just start with this. 2 cards from the Shaman's deck to see if I can get some direction on where we're going here. Let's take a look. Okay, so they're showing the lost card, so maybe they're still feeling some sense of grief, and that's fine. And then we got the destruction card, the transformation. Okay, which is an interesting message. In their case, they may have departed, but they just transformed back to perfect spirit. And they understand, you feel they're lost, you feel that grief, still wondering what else you could have done. How could you have helped more? It almost feels like some regret on your aspect that you felt like you could have done more. But just saying, let all that go. There's nothing you could have done. That just, it unfolded perfectly. It makes no sense. But just realize it was their time to go, is what I'm feeling. It was just their time to transform out of body back into spirit. Then it also gave me a sense they needed to orchestrate something. There's just some kind of event that they needed to attend to. They saw a direction somebody was going into, and they just felt they could have done more on the other side. And also, why am I getting the sense they just were tired of being here? I don't know if it's mother, father, I'm just getting the sense that somebody was just tired of being here, and it was time to move on, that they had enough. It's like they faced a lot of hardships, and they simply just had enough. Whoever I'm tuning into here, it just feels like they had enough, too many hardships. They just wanted to transform back to the other side. They wanted to return home. And they saw what was going on. It was repeating in their children, and they didn't want that to happen. So they want to see if they can orchestrate more on the other side. That's the sense I'm getting. Like I said, yeah, I don't know who I was tuning into, but I felt some. Yeah, 10 is possible. Like that's one thing. Yeah, I'm just tuning in to see who's coming in. There's a few people around here. Yeah, the one facing the hardships really faced a lot of hardships here. Is very strong. And it just really animate. No one could have rescued me. I was just fed up. No one's to blame. I was just fed up. It was time for me to transition. But then there's also a sense of regret too. Now you can look back and it's like the hardships would have made me a better person if I stayed the course. But I grew impatient. That sometimes it's hard to realize that everything's happening for our benefit, even the pain, the suffering. It's here to wake us up to our true nature. And unfortunately, most do not wake up from those experiences. They allow them to hang on. Let's see. Well, I'm feeling something very interesting. Somebody's having a hard time breathing. I'm picking up somebody that's having a hard time breathing, swallowing, feeling a lot of tightness in my throat. I'm not sure who this is. Feels like a male figure. It really feels like he wanted to, he just was tired. Like, why didn't I take care of myself? Why did I let my health decline? So just give me that sense. I just feel like really constricted in the throat. He's loosened that up now. Not sure who that was. Okay. I'm also feeling a lot of phlegm, a lot of mucus. What's their message? He's showing me a woman. I don't know who this woman is. This person with the throat, the mucus, is showing me a woman. This beautiful woman that he loves. He wished he told her more how much he loved. He just seemed like he was really harsh toward her in this life. Now, I'm just looking at him over here, just trying to understand. I see him. He just showed me this beautiful woman. He's like, I wish I was kinder to her. But I was so mean, it felt like at times to her, so harsh. And he just has a little bit of regret for his human experience, that he couldn't see the beauty that was her, that he can see on the other side now. So he just wants to know that she's loved unconditionally, that he's proud. And then he's making a joke too. She didn't learn this from me. I just hear him saying she didn't learn this from me. I was harsh. I was really caught up in my own drama, my own hardships that I've learned from my father. My father was like a drill sergeant, and that's where I developed this mentality. And I couldn't see the greater picture, the greater beauty that was there. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing over there. Yeah, I wouldn't say Tanya. I wouldn't consider her a lost soul. The soul is never lost per se. It's really the mind, this head trash. This is why I'm so adamant for people to get rid of that, because it's so deadly, the head trash. It creates this, our soul is always this bright light. It's always shining, shining, shining bright. But then this mind comes along creating all this darkness and difficulties, creating that darkness over the light. But we can rip off that lampshade. We can rip off those thoughts that are not supporting us and allow our light to shine. So the soul's never lost. The mind is the lost. And sometimes we're here for those lessons, to remind us, that the head trash is dangerous. It's really my passion to get rid of that. So Wednesday, I'll be doing my head trash clearing group through Zoom, and I'll share that in the Head Trash Anonymous group. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go too. It's noon here. That's why I came early. But I'm live every Sunday. I'll be live tomorrow night for Soul Messages, and then Wednesday night I'm live as well. I'll put that on my Head Trash Anonymous page, and we'll get that message out there. All right. Well, take good care, everyone. Have a great day. I'll talk to you tomorrow night, and I'll be around Wednesday as well. All right. Have a great, beautiful day. Your loved ones love you unconditionally. They wish they could have done more for you while they were here. They were repeating the patterns they learn. There's somebody over here to my left that's talking to me. My mom's right here. I feel her as well. But this is the message of unconditional love. Take good care of yourself, and I will talk to you soon.